Hello, welcome to today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering the Rat Trap stage of the Tiger Valley two-man match of 2019. Okay, this begins the second day of the Tiger Valley two-man. On the first day, we went through 7 stages, and this day there was 3 to go through. This is the first of the 3. Now, this is where they did a mass stage briefing again, where they briefed all 3 stages at once, which I guess is a good policy, but they started early. We were supposed to be at the range at 8 o'clock. 5 minutes to 8, we're walking up to the stage. We see all this gaggle of people coming off this particular stage, and they launch straight in to the stage brief of the very next stage, and then have that. So we missed the entire stage brief of the Rat Trap stage because they decided to start early. At least according to my iPhone, they started early. But judging by the number of people following me and my team up the path, we weren't the only ones. However, the ROs on this stage were pretty darn good, and they made sure before you stepped off you understood exactly what to do. Our squad, first squad, was first to go. There were plenty of competitors in front of us, so we got to see what was happening. And this is another stage where you've got to give really good props to them for stage design. The target you had to hit at the end of the 100-yard bay from each position on the Rat Trap was very reactive. You hit it, it moved, there was no doubt. It kind of swung and wobbled and everything else, you know. Yeah, it was nice having the RO confirm the hit, but every time I hit it, I knew I hit it, and if I didn't hit it, I knew that too. When you get the go signal on this stage, you have to take care of your pistol targets first. You have 6 pieces of steel out there, and we just decided that we would each tackle them in a pattern of from near to far. So my teammate took the 3 near, I took the 3 far ones, and we just kept shooting until we noticed we were both hitting the same target. And then we cleared, holstered, and climbed into the rat traps. The concept behind this stage is, you know, rat trap. It's a maze. It's kind of got a lot in common with the playground things you see at the fast food restaurants. So you just crawl through it and you shoot from each position. You have 6 total. To get to the first one, you have to climb a ladder, and then you just drop down into each position. Although it seems counterintuitive, there was no advantage to a person of small stature, nor was there a disadvantage to a person of large stature. We watched several teams go through both before and after we shot, and one thing we definitely noticed is making your hits was the most important thing. Dexterity, while not a detriment, wasn't a make or break for you on this. We watched a fairly skinny guy go through this, and he just didn't make his hits and actually ran out of ammo, and his team timed out. Yet we watched another guy who was carrying some extra bulk on him, and he got through in a pretty decent time. Our time was just a tad over 3 minutes, which placed us in the middle of the pack on this. I think could have done better. If you pay particular attention to my side of the run, which I'm on the right side of the screen as you're watching, block 4 and block 6 just kicked my butt. Don't know why. I had a pretty good time advantage over my buddy, which was no advantage at all. I mean, you all finished together, but I had a pretty good pace. And then on 4, even though I had a nice, good sitting position, braced, the hits just weren't coming, and it took forever to get them, and I don't know why. Same thing happened to me when I got up in the block 6. Got a good kneeling position, got locked in, everything looked good. Every time I pulled the trigger, just the hits didn't come. Took way too many rounds to get them, but once I did, you know, we raced back to the hula hoop, and even though, as you see, my partner was behind me from the first shots on block 1, by the time it's ending, we're ending at the same time and ending up back at the hula hoop almost simultaneously, which is kind of what you want. So in the view you're about to see, this is the handheld from the team that was standing directly behind us. They were kind enough to do the video for us, and they got great capture of this. It shows both rat traps, shows both of us going through it. You can see the pace we're going through, and it works out really pretty good.
Those Romans? No, I think those are ours. Yeah, they not.
Oh yeah, because they don't have the knee pads.
And the body material on the shirt. Stop! Yeah, but clear. Good. Okay, to be fair, I really want to shoot a match with Garen in the 1911. Like, if I had a Garen in the 1911, I would shoot a match. I would shoot this one at some point.
You weren't using that anyways.
As long as he remembers to get it.
Straight dropping mag. So awkward spot. And the right-hand guy managed to do like a real right turn. I had an unfair advantage. I just put my shoulders through sideways and then I just braced with them.
I'm LARPing with kitty cat. Tactical kitty cat.
Alistair, how'd you get up off the ladder? 'Cause my shoulders. I just jammed myself through the gap the normal way. Just like, yeah. I just slid through and then my dumb pouch not fucking crashed. You're a trash can, baby.
But yeah, so I was trying to take out the sides of the ladder at the top for everyone else with my face.
Nah. And for me, it was nice. I could hold on to the top of the ladder with my shoulders. Keep going.
I'm trying to tighten this bitch
Why?
so it actually sits on my back and it doesn't just flop. That's decent, but like it eventually goes sideways. Sorry, what?
Borrow my...
No.
What
Oh, right, because you have the...
AC.
Oh yeah, AC. That's what I mean. AC.
Do you need me to hold something steady while you pull?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It'll be fine. I got a lot of time.
Silly me. I thought Psycho actually made something cool.
That's decent. Spikes.
This isn't a semaphore, Chop. Stop flagging.
Actually, I need to learn semaphore at some point. It's the flag one where you have two flags and the arm positions indicate the letters of the alphabet.
And I should probably learn semaphore
it's
as well, but that's a
it's
computer
like
science
12
term.
o'clock, yeah. Well, it's like I know from the alphabets, I know... I used to play signal flags when I was younger, and I know signal flags. Radio telephony is pretty much like you press the button and talk. I don't know what
I should learn how semaphores work, but I'm talking about the computer science thing. It's a shared resource. It's really relevant to me.
Hey, that's not mine.
Good run.
Good work, guys.
We're not going to go ahead and show the point of view cameras, the GoPros and the aim cams, mainly because it doesn't give you any advantage or understanding of the stage that you didn't already get from the handheld view, because this kind of encapsulates it the best. Now you will notice that during our run we did drop some magazines. On my side it was from going from block 1 to block 2, and the magazine was just right there on the ground at number 3. So as I watched it fall past me, I just drew out another magazine there in block 2, made my hits, put that magazine back in the pouch, and then used the one I dropped. My teammate, his fell outside, darn near hit the RO on the head, and he just recovered that magazine as he exited the rat trap and joined me in the hula hoop at the end there. The true thing about this stage that was really awesome is it forced you into awkward positions. As I watch people go through, I noticed that a lot of people are having trouble getting into the prone and the compactnesses of blocks 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I made the conscious decision that I could probably do this in a sitting position, and that seemed to work for me. My partner though said it didn't work for him and he had to go prone in a couple cases. So that just shows that everybody's different body styles will allow them to do different things. Watching other competitors, we saw a lot of people have trouble that got their hits real quick on stages or blocks 1 and block 6 because they were fairly open and conventional shooting positions, but blocks 2, 3, 4, and 5 were really causing people problems. And this shows that in your regular training program that different positions, awkward positions, doing things you don't normally do is an important thing to put into your training mix. Rat trap is another stage here where the props made the difference. This is not something you encounter at every range, and you can tell they've made an investment in this shooting platform because those rat traps were rock solid. Whoever built them did a good job. They anchored into the ground excellently. You know, climbing up it, you didn't feel any wobble whatsoever. It was very sturdy. So to whoever constructed those, great job. We hope you found our coverage of the rat trap interesting and informative. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in tomorrow as we go to the Tiger Valley Hotel.